Yes, I love my fluffy.
Hello.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome in. How you doing? Hopefully you're not cold because it is chilly out. We were at a balmy 28 degrees at 5 o'clock when I went out to take care of the animals. So, yeah, good times.
Indeed.
If you're not in a position to help feed outside animals, the best thing that you can do that would be really, really, really helpful to them is put out fresh water. If it's really cold, try and do it first thing in the morning and then right before the sun goes down.
What
Water is water is actually more important to animals, outside animals, than food a lot of times. Don't get me wrong, food's important. They want to eat too, they're hungry. But without the water in their system, they'll freeze to death faster.
Yep.
And the worst thing you can do in trying to help outside animals is put down bedding that can get moist and cause condensation. And while the animal's sleeping, they don't even realize it. They'll freeze to death in it. If you're going to put bedding outside for cats, they make specific beds that you can buy that are self-heating. Like when you lay on it, the heat from them penetrates the bed, and then the bed actually gets warmer as time goes on. Those are good, and just regular straw. Straw is amazing for bedding. It keeps them from straw just doesn't cause condensation. We have somebody else in, I think. Or just hearing shit. Oh no, never mind. It's just me. My volume was up a little bit. It's one of those mornings. Really, guys? The tongue of my shoe is not even safe from you. The tongue of my shoe. That has to taste like,
Like shit.
feet.
Yeah.
Sweaty feet. That's definitely not something I would want in my mouth, but hey, more power to you. Guys, never mind. I'm not going to finish that comment. Oh my. I got a funny notice from Rumble and email this morning.
Oh yeah.
If you made more than $600 as a creator this year in our monetization program, you have to fill out 1099 or something for bullshit thing. Then it says if you don't fill this out, we can no longer pay you until you fill it out.
Interesting.
I didn't make more than $600, so I'm good. Owie. Casper and Boo. I am not the Lego Playland set. Good thing too, because they would have had me a bunch of pieces by now. Bunch of hoodlums. See, you can't even get away from out here in the country. You still have hoodlums.
Yep.
Ouch. They're like little fucking shark tooth furry bastards. But I still love them.
I had to blow my nose, so I had to turn off the volume so you guys don't like. Ugh.
Huh. Lorraine said she was getting ready to go to bed, and she's fairly sure that she saw us about 3 a.m. her time. That would be correct, because we go 6 a.m. our time is when we start. That would be 6 a.m. her time. She's in Arizona. She is very correct. Yep. I will have to let her know that.
Brady.
But she's asleep right now.
Brady.
Brady!
Come here, Brady.
Talk to him like he's Lassie. Oh no. Now that he did it. He
Oh.
attacked Fluffy's tail.
Come on, Brady.
Ow. That doesn't mean you attack me next
Oh,
because
shit.
you moved.
Alright. Sorry, guys. I think you guys are out of water. Sorry, move. Please help me. I'm not in the water.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I thought they wanted, well, they needed some water, but they weren't out like I thought they were.
Sometimes if there's something that you can't see in the water, they will not drink the water and just kind of act like dickheads about it. But
Yeah.
the water needs changed. Picos do that.
And so I just added water, and now they're drinking.
And there was nothing in it then. They were just
Yeah.
wanting some fresh water. I am still sharing links, sorry y'all. My brain is working about as good as, well, yeah.
Zill. That's where mine is at too.
Mine is pretty much still in bed, actually. Fuck you, I don't want to be out here.
I had to get ready, cause Brady just drank too fast and he just puked. But around 7:30 I gotta start driving to the VA. Hi, Thomas.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas.
Because I got my pulmonary function test at 9:30.
We're going to lock her in the big airtight glass chamber today. Well, it's probably just plexiglass, but
Yep.
I'd prefer glass because then at least if I freak the hell out and if something happens, I can break out of it.
Yeah.
Thomas says I should be in bed. It's 5 degrees out.
We all should be.
That'll affect your heating bill. I'll make you some hot chocolate, Thomas. How's that sound?
Yeah, pass out the hot chocolate. Shit.
Oh, I've got all kinds of hot chocolates. I've got all kinds of coffees. I've got all kinds of teas. Just bought a new box of my favorite tea. It's called Boston Mint Tea. It's really good, hot, with a little bit of honey in it. Or you can dump it into a gallon. Use about 12 tea bags to a gallon. About a cup and a half of sugar. And shake the hell out of it. And it makes a really good iced tea. Mint flavored iced tea.
Nice. So, with this storm system that's coming, I know I told you, Chris, but we have maybe 4 to 11 inches of snow coming, but that's not the problem. It's the 0.4 of an inch of ice that they're talking about. If I can't get my car into the garage, besides putting the windshield wipers up so they don't break apart when I go to...
I'll tell you exactly how to do this. You can either use like an old sheet that you don't have any use for again, or you can use cardboard, or even just a piece of some plastic. But you put your windshield wipers up like you're going to wash your window. Put put it, whatever it is, across the windshield and up over the part of the roof. It's going to have to be big enough that you can tuck it into the car and close your door on it. And what that'll do is that will catch everything. And then when you come out the next day, you just pull up hard on it at the bottom in the center of the windshield wipers. And that'll bust almost all of that up in one move and make it so you can probably put your windshield wipers up.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you just take and open the one door, pull it out, and wrap it around to the other side. And yeah, you'll have a nice clean windshield. You can do the same with the back too if you want.
Awesome.
And yes, Thomas, I'll make sure you get marshmallows, buddy. I have a friend that makes homemade marshmallows. They're called Boozy Mellows.
Yeah.
I'll have to order some and send them to you. Send them out. I think she'll make me a special batch. I don't know, because she usually tries to do that like right around Christmas. Then she hates them the rest of the year. I do want to touch on some things that I've read this morning.
Okay.
Well, I've been reading in the politics room. They're talking about the guy that lit up Trump Tower. And I've been reading over on the other channels as well, trying to see the outlook, see the different spectrum of things that are being said.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but in my honest opinion, which doesn't mean shit to most people, it just smells and reeks of the stench of CIA or FBI.
Like
Really
MK Ultra type stuff.
like the Gretchen Whitmer case type stuff.
Gotcha.
Where they're finding people who have mental, are in a bad place. I don't want to say mental problems, but that are in a bad place. And they edge them into thinking they're doing something good. So they get them to do something bad. I do not think he ended his own life. I think that was done beforehand, and yeah. But those are just my opinions.
Yeah.
From what I've read.
Yeah, and like from the way you just described it, that does sound like an MK Ultra, which is only my opinion to the government and to the big ol' YouTube, ScrewTube, because they do get people with mental health issues, and they screw with them. Stop, Brady. Lay down. You're fine.
They have somebody that they've been scoping out for a while, and they find incriminating stuff on them, and they use that to get them to do what they want. Like they're doing with Mike Johnson right now in the House.
Yeah.
At this point, I know they have something on him.
They have something on everybody in that damn house.
They wouldn't have anything on me when I get in.
Yeah.
And they won't get anything while I'm in there either, because I ain't doing any of that stupid shit. You can keep your drugs and your orgies to yourself, thank you. I don't want to catch anything going around Washington, D.C.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, things just, it doesn't sound right. His family's coming out and saying how much he loved Trump and how, dude was special forces apparently.
Yeah.
And not like one tour. He did multiple tours overseas.
Yeah.
So it's just, like I said, it just doesn't add up.
I don't know.
Like everything
I don't
else
think.
with the CIA and FBI, give it about at most 2 years, and we'll find out the truth about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was saying, yeah, I was looking down and agreeing with you.
Come down. Come on.
Or how we
Do
may
not
never
step
figure out
on
the
that.
fucking truth.
You can come over here, honey. You just can't walk across the laptop. I gotta read something up here. I gotta make a
Brady's mad at
walking
me
path.
because I had him stay up on the pillow.
Aw, poor Brady.
Well, I
I'm
love him,
kidding.
but he got to sleep on me all night.
Woohoo.
And he got to do his thing, like, be all close to me, and it's like, let me wake up, let me have my space. Just a little bit.
You look like Dracula from what's the movie? Hotel Transylvania, when he like freaks the hell out.
I guess.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh gosh. There's a part where he's like singing a song to his little girl, and he he says something about, if they touch you, I'll lose my something, and his eyes get all red, the background gets all red, and he's like rah rah. It's great. Let me see if I can find the GIF of it. Oh, Thomas said he replied to my comment. Is that on X? Or I saw something pop up on X. Must be on Discord. No, my buddy. You don't need to use your claws to walk across me. Oh, you gotta use your claws to stay up. Give me 1 second, Thomas, and I'll find your comment there. But I'm actually gonna do a search here.
Yeah, I have to stay away from X for a little bit because they've been sharing like videos of like cats getting brutally attacked by dogs and stuff like that, and it's like, nah, I need to stay away from that because after everything I've been dealing with, it's like, yeah, I can't handle seeing that kind of stuff right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that either. That would really piss me off. Let's see. Where is it? Is it? Yes. Maybe.
Peekaboo! No, I didn't mean to startle you, my little baby. Shh. Hush, little vampire, don't say a word. Papa's gonna bite the head off a bird. Gabadee-gooba, I want to kiss your tool. I want to kiss your tool.
If only that was that easy, right?
I have seen this movie, yes, actually.
Oh, it didn't show the box. It didn't show the end part where he's singing and it freaks out. But yeah,
I have seen it, yeah. My brain ain't working, sorry.
no, you're fine. We can do a Hotel Transylvania marathon sometime.
Yeah. I don't want to drive to the VA today. I just want to chill out. But I need to get this done.
Yeah, if you need to be on a respirator at night, not a respirator, but a CPAP machine at night, you definitely want to get that taken care of and start it up. Because
Well, and definitely get on the right medication for my asthma, so that way I don't come out like this.
yeah, I get that too.
Because maybe I'm on the
I get
wrong
away.
medicine, and that's why every time I laugh or something, I come out with the barking cough and stuff. I don't know.
So,
Boo or Casper? Casper.
it's a Casper. I don't know where Boo went. I think Boo's outside. Casper got a mousey this morning.
Ooh.
He was the only one that came out. So, he got the mousey. Dad said it went off at like 1:30 this morning. He was like, I'm not opening that door just to throw a mouse out. I'm like, that's good because none of the cats would have been there to get it anyway.
Yeah.
They were all in here, which nice. I mean, it wasn't like steaming hot like a sauna or anything, but there's no wind, and I turned off the heat when I got done last night after our show and stuff. So that heat held up pretty good in here. It felt nice when I opened the door and came in from outside.
That's good. That's very
But yes,
good.
Thomas, I responded to your response with "oh," because that's very interesting. Poor Jamie. Jamie's like, "What the hell are y'all talking about?" If you go to Discord, look in all other videos. That'll explain what we're talking about, Jamie.
Okay. I'll look later.
I just don't want to go into. I don't want to go into too much detail on here because of ScrewTube and.
The thing.
We know how they like to take and smack me around.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jay. How are you, sir?
Hey, Jay.
You're up early today. I think anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're not up early. Maybe it's your normal time. But glad to see you. Hopefully you slept well. I'm sure you did after all that manual labor and getting all covered in grease. And yeah, I always slept better after that as long as I got done with, as long as I figured something out. If I couldn't figure it out, then I'd lay there awake at night going, what the hell is going on? Why can't I fix this damn car? You know?
Yeah.
If you're a man and you work on your own vehicles, you've had those nights as well. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I had a nightmare last night. I don't remember what it was, but I know it woke me up.
Well, that's a step in the right direction that you don't remember it. And hopefully it'll get better from here. And
Hope so.
yeah, today's a good day to not watch the news, Jay, I think, in my opinion. Today's a good day to just be entertained, find some good music, or find some good books on video or audio books, and just find something to clean up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they're talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll remember.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they were talking about thunder sleet and thunder snow here.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you ever had it before?
Thunder snow, yes. Thunder sleet, no.
We've had both here. My problem is the news does this every fucking time that something like this happens. They blow it all way the hell up, and then they milk it for everything that they can get out of it. And usually they do it before they have any facts, and it's just a bunch of fear-mongering bullshit. And no, you don't. You want to close up?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want? You want to show? String close up of the baby.
But,
I
could blow my nose, so I had to turn off the volume.
Turn it down. But, you know, when it comes to incidents with schools, they do the same fucking thing with taking in, I don't want to say overhyping it, but using it in order to sell ad space, in order to sell products that they want to sell.
Yep.
It's all about money. They don't give a shit about any of the people that were lost. They could care less about the guy that was behind the wheel and whether he was actually had something to do with it or not. If they can get ratings, if they can get clicks, they're going to push whatever they think they can get away with.
You just gave Thomas a good idea.
What's that? Play some. I can't play some records. Oh, I love records. There's just nothing like the sound when you put a record on, that zoop, zoop, zoop sound.
Oh, I know
The
what you're
little
talking
clicking
about.
and-
My parents had a record player and stuff, so I used to mess with their stuff.
I used to have many record players. I still have one here somewhere. But if you want to go even older, back when vinyl first started out, actually it was, I don't even think it was vinyl back when they started, but Victrolas. Victrolas look like records, except they're not as round, and they're very, very thick.
Gotcha. So, okay, so this goes back to Christmas. Do you remember? Do you remember like the record of like Jingle Dogs and Jingle Cats, where they're singing or they're barking or meowing to Christmas songs?
Mm-hmm.
We used to have that on the record player, and that's what I would play during Christmas time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And actually, us
Now,
talking about the record player made me think about that.
Go ahead. Well, I hope it's a good memory and it doesn't make you
It
sad.
is. Oh, it is a good memory. That's why that's why I mentioned it. I was like, that's actually one of the good ones. So.
Now, the one that used to, the medium that used to piss me off was 8-tracks.
Hi, Brady.
You mean to tell me that as smart as they are, they couldn't? I see a Brady tail.
Yep. You'll see him in a second.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Brady. Hi, Brady.
Come here, Bubba.
Hi, Mom. But, good morning, LaToya. How you doing?
Yeah.
Thomas said he's got a tube amp that sounds amazing. I bet so, bud. The old Marshall amps from back in the 60s and 70s, they just have a totally different sound, a totally different feel when they're being played, and when they hit you in the chest. It's
Brady.
great. Now the one medium that always pissed me off was 8 tracks. You mean to tell me that these geniuses figured out how to make a fucking thing where 8 tracks and it would flip between them, but they couldn't make it so that it didn't have to interrupt the fucking song in the middle to do it? I call bullshit. You didn't get any sleep, Latoya. That's not good. I'm sorry to hear that. So, here's a question for everybody out there that's watching. What is your favorite medium of music? Your favorite way to listen to music? And streaming doesn't count. Streaming's not allowed. We're talking cassettes, we're talking CDs, we're talking laser discs, we're talking record player, Victrola, 8-track.
I would say record player and CDs. That's me, though.
Thomas says 8-track was supposed to reel to reel. It fought big. Yep, it did. Thomas said records 100%. Latoya says CD. I'll go with records first and cassette second. And here's the reason I'll tell you the reason I picked cassettes over CDs in a minute.
Hi, Fred.
Hey.
Morning, Fred.
Morning.
You look perturbed, my friend.
Yeah, I am.
Why are you sitting?
Do what?
I said, why is you sitting? Because I know you ain't moving.
I'm trying to figure out how to get in this warehouse.
That's no good.
There's nobody here, and there's no room for me down that alley. I don't even know how I'm going to get out of here without backing up in the middle of the street.
Find a kid and pay him $5 to stand in the middle of the road for you.
I got to unload first. So.
Since you're here, what's your favorite type of way ever to listen to music? Was it records, CDs, cassettes, 8-track?
Well, just to listen for what I want to listen to. My mom used to have a hi-fi stereo, but radio worked too.
Oh, you just would rather listen to the radio? I didn't even think about that part of it.
Well, my mom used to have a hi-fi stereo machine, and I got all the Kiss albums, every stinking one of them. I got a bunch of other ones too, but those are my favorites. But I guess just as a normal radio would work, it was everywhere.
I said cassettes and record players.
I liked 8-tracks back in the day, but I've still got an 8-track player, and I got a box of 8-track tapes. But it's all old country.
I got a bunch of up here too.
Cassettes just weren't dependable. Cassettes just, the tape always stretched, or they wound out. You pulled them out, and they get hung up in the tape players.
That's what I was going to address. The reason I like cassettes better than CDs is because once you take and scratch up a CD, it's done. It's just going to sit there and skip most of the time, and it's a pain in the ass. Whereas with a cassette, a lot of times, and I'm going to ruin the test for a lot of you young ones that don't know. But when you see the picture of the cassette and a pencil eraser, I'm going to tell you why that is.
I already know why.
If your cassette got eaten by the tape player and you were gentle enough to get it out without tearing it, you would just take that pencil eraser, you'd stick it in the one side, and you just roll it right back up. And you were as good as gold. You could go start over again. So.
Yep, the good old days.
But yeah, records are definitely my favorite. You just can't beat that sound. You know, nostalgia. I think my favorite record was a Van Halen album. It was my first one. I meant to say my first record was a Van Halen album. Good stuff. Thomas said, "Have a pencil to reel the tape back." Yep. Yepper.
Yeah, I've done that so many times with the cassettes I listen to. Because before I got into like the music, like my sister listened to in the 90s and stuff like that, I listened to the oldies with my dad. So like the 60s and stuff. So the tapes I would be playing or listening to would be the ones that he had, like of the Beach Boys and stuff. So
Yeah, see, I grew up. My grandparents had 5 girls. My youngest aunt was only 9 years older than me, so I basically grew up as the little brother because they never had any boys, and I was spoiled rotten. And I grew up. I grew up on the 50s, 60s with my mom and my aunts, and then
yeah.
When I was with my grandfather, I always listened to old country music like Ferlin Husky and Don Williams. Letty Frizzell and Hank Sr. and a couple others.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Waylon.
Well, Waylon was a card, that's for sure. He was, there are times where people said he was the most difficult person you could work with when he was just in one of his moods.
Who?
And then they'd say, other times, Waylon. And they'd say
Oh,
other
yeah,
times it was just great working with him.
He just had a distinct voice. I mean, and his son or his grandson, Wade Jennings, sounds just like him.
Yeah, Hank Williams III is trying to. He started out trying to imitate his grandfather, try and use that to break into the industry.
Oh, Hank Jr. did too.
Well, Hank Jr. just, I don't know.
Hank Jr., I mean, that's how, when he was in his shit teens, that's what he was doing, running around singing his daddy's songs until he got into some stuff. Decided to break off on his own. But ever since he had that mountain climbing accident, he has a whole new outlet on life.
Yeah. Thomas said everything is digital today and it has no soul. You are correct, Thomas. You can't. It doesn't have that same feel. You can't feel the emotion as good. But a lot of it's the music being made nowadays too. There's just nothing. A lot of it has to do with shit that means nothing to us, so it doesn't appeal to us. and it's just it doesn't hit the same. I guess is the best way of putting it. I don't feel it as well. That's not to say all music is like that. I'm just saying the stuff that most of the newer stuff that I listen to. There's a couple new guys out there, kids, basically kids, right, like 20 years old, and they're going back to like the roots of country from what I've heard, and I really like it. Let me put my
I've noticed here lately more black Americans are getting into country music.
Yep.
and
And quite honestly,
I'm
some of them are
noticing
actually
that
really fucking good.
Yeah, they are.
right now. I'm noticing that a lot of them are turning away from that country pop shit, which I'm glad. That's just Dylan Gossip's a good one. Have you ever heard of him?
I don't listen to music anymore, dude. I can't appreciate it with my hearing like it is. I got an AM
Yeah,
FM sit here. I don't think I've been turned on the first time since I've had a truck.
Bailey Zimmerman's pretty good. He's got
I'll
some
be
good
right back.
songs. Okie dokie. Zach Bryan's pretty good. Where the hell's Sam at? There's a Sam guy that I listen to. That does some really good work. There's a version of Save Me by Jelly Roll with Lainey Wilson in it. Morgan Wallen's a good one. Dylan Scott, have you ever heard him?
No, I don't listen to much music anymore. If I do, it's by accident.
I'm thinking,
I got a friend of mine now. Their son used to roommate with Jelly Roll, and every now and then they have family get-togethers. He'll come by and hang out.
nice. Yeah. Thomas said no real sound engineers left. Everything is mastered on a computer. I have a friend actually that does do that. Thomas, he had his own recording studio and everything set up. Jay says that remake of Save Me was terrible. They slowed it down so much it's draining to listen to, and Wilson did nothing to help the song. I actually haven't heard that one, so I just threw it out there because I saw it there. Sorry, Jay. Unfortunately, you have people out there who like the person so much that they go from being a rational fan who can actually sit there and tell the person, hey, I'm not really, I don't really like that, to one of those people that will support them no matter how horrible they get. They could be on their last legs, no teeth, and, hopped up on whatever out on the street, and they'll still tell them that they're the greatest. Yes, Roy Clark could definitely play guitar. He could play that banjo like Al too, buddy. He was damn good on that banjo. We need to get Fred. Shit, what was that? We need to get Fred a good sound system in his truck.
It won't do no good, dude. My hearing's jacked up.
Oh, so no matter how high you is it one of those deals where no matter how high you turn it, it still sounds muffled?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're talking or singing into a 5-gallon bucket, and I don't appreciate it.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. Who was it that punched Axl Rose? Oh, God. I wish it was me. I hate that motherfucker.
Well, so much for that. Ow.
It was one of David Bowie's security guards, Jay. Thomas says, bet Fred would love Yoko Ono. I think Fred would be very happy to have his ear issue instead, rather than listen to Yoko Ono, in my opinion. Now, Vince Neil wanted to fight with Axl Rose. But, yeah, unfortunately, Axl Rose he ruined what could have probably been one of the best rock bands in history. I mean, they're still one of the best rock bands. But I mean, they would have been up there and rivaled Skynyrd and Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith.
See, I used to like to watch. I like the Southern Pride Rock. Leonard Skinner, Marshall Tucker, Greg Allin.
Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet. I also like rockabilly, like Marty Stewart.
You ever hear of Jackal?
No. It's been a long time since I was.
They have a song called the Lumberjack Song. They play they actually use a real life chainsaw in the song. And to show you that it's real, every show they do, they have something where they carve something out of wood while they're playing the song.
Don't tell Mike, he'll be trying that shit.
I'm a lumberjack baby. Wow, 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 wow. I saw them. They opened up for Aerosmith in 1994 at Hershey Park Stadium. I was about 10 feet from the stage. I saw more of Steven Tyler than I ever wanted to because the asshole mooned us before he did a fucking back somersault.
Ew.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he put on a hell of a show, but that doesn't mean I want to see his ass.
No, I mean,
that was back before he was really old. I mean, yeah. Now he'd probably moon us, and you'd see a bunch of fucking dust fly everywhere. At least I would hope it's dust and not dried up Joe Biden paint.
oh, ew, dude.
Jamie's face.
I could have went all day.
Ah. Thomas said Yoko Ono is like nails on a chalkboard. Yeah. Yeah, the only reason she had any kind of recording thing done was because she was married to one of the Beatles. If it would have been any other thing, she would never have gotten where she is today. But saw Godsmack with the original Black Sabbath reunion tour, not the second or third or 25th one they did. You know, that pisses me off when bands do that shit. Oh, we're doing a reunion tour, but we're not getting together for this one tour. And then they're like fucking together for like 20 years. I'm like, you guys are assholes. You just did that so you could jack up prices on that first tour because you knew everybody would want to clamor out to it. But it was worth the money. We were in the stands. If you're facing the stage, we were to the right side, about maybe 15 rows up, and we were just far enough back from the end that we weren't like right down, looking down over the side, but we could see back over. And back behind the stage, they had 4 trailers that were Black Sabbath's dressing rooms. And I look over because some people are just over there fucking screaming their heads off. You know, Godsmack's on, and they're not yelling for Godsmack, they're yelling Ozzy. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Are they that fucked up? And I look over, and here's Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne in the parking lot down there, just waving to us. And the reason I said that, made the comment about being that fucked up, I've watched people at concerts. You know, when they do concerts at Hershey, they have a football field, you know, on the middle of the stadium that everybody's walking on. So they put these like plastic tiles down from the walk on.
Yeah.
But about halfway back the football field is where they set up their sound equipment. You know, the engineers are there. They turn the sounds up, down, whatever. And I watched this dude stumble up to the control tower one day. He yelled at him and said, "Hey, turn it up." They turned it up a little bit, and dude just fell the hell over. He was that gone. I'm like, why would you spend the money? That was that Bad Company and Ted Nugent. I'm like, why would you spend the money to come to a concert like this? Only to get so fucked up you're not going to remember it anyway. I just don't understand that. I would consider that a waste of money. I think. So, now if we're being honest, I would rather go see live music than listen to music on anything else. There's just something about being, you know, there live with the band. If it's a good band, if they're very engaging, I mean.
Yeah. I remember in 2006 when I went to a Fall Out Boy concert.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. New music.
I know that.
I had an ex-friend that she basically wasted the money. She wasted a ticket that my mom bought. Because I was having fun. Another friend was having fun, but she wasn't having fun. And because I was a people pleaser, I was like, do you want to go home? And she's like, yes, I do. So we went home, and Fall Out Boy at the end of their show, Fall Out Boy at the end of their show was gonna, like, they were gonna get one of either their singer or their drummer go through their drums, and I missed it because the ex-friend wanted to go home because she was bored.
Hi, Andrew. How you doing, buddy? What's going on this evening over in Australia? And Thomas says, I was pretty lit at a Stones concert before I left for basic. Well, you were having a good time, though, that day because you were leaving for basic, I'm sure. Chance to unwind before you go get screamed at for a couple weeks.
Couple months.
Hopefully it wasn't that Stones concert where everything went crazy and Hell's Angel pew-pewed somebody. That oh my god, that was just crazy. Some of the stupid shit they did back in the day. Why would you hire the Hell's Angels for security at a concert? If I was moving around and I was like out in the public or something, maybe I would want a couple of them. But yeah, he had the whole clubhouse there and it got bad. You can go. Andy says Yoko Ono or Ono Yoko. It depends on whether she's singing or not. Yeah. Yeah, if she's singing, it's Ono Yoko. Stick a sock in her mouth or something. So, but I mean, and the best shows are at smaller venues, in my opinion. You know, ones where it's less than 300 people, and you can really actually have back and forth discussions with bands while they're on stage. Yeah. And then when they're done, if they're really cool, they'll come out and actually sit at the bar and talk with you and have a couple drinks with you at the end of the night before the bar closes. What you got good, Fred?
What?
What you got good?
Cough drops. I got a sore throat this morning.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. I hope you're feeling better soon. Keith Richards fell off the stage and broke his arm. Well, that's not a good thing either. Keith Richards has got to have a deal with the devil because all the stupid shit that man's been through and all the drugs he's done.
Every single band member has.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yep.
All right. I was going to say, either he's taken so many different drugs that he preserved himself forever, or he's made a deal with somebody I don't want to talk about, but yeah, somebody that we should stay away from. Andrew said Keith fell off the stage. Was it at the end of the gig? I'm going to guess probably not, Andrew. But yeah, music is definitely something that can bring people together. A lot of times we all can hear a song and we all can agree that we like it or not, or you know, it might have some kind of message that appeals to more than just one base, one group. So, I mean, music can unify.
Yep.
As long as you keep politics out of it. My opinion. Thomas says, wife dragged me to a Neil Diamond concert. Was surprised he put on a good show. Yeah, I heard Neil Diamond did a pretty good show. saddest part right now is most of the older bands have been, well, let's just put it this way: they've squandered whatever money they've made over the years. So now they're selling out their entire catalogs to corporations like BlackRock.
Yep.
And then BlackRock gets to decide whether or not, they get played on Spotify or YouTube or. So a lot of times when people get copyright striked on YouTube, it's not because of the artist.
With BlackRock, right?
It's because of whoever owns the rights to the music. So usually BlackRock or Vanguard are the two biggest ones. Andrew Thomas said yes, it was at the end of the show. Andrew said as long as it's not yacht rock. What's wrong with yacht rock? Some good stuff. Did you find your way, Fred?
Yeah. Just got lined up so they could unload me.
I don't know, Jay. Let me go look.
With the Vivo place on YouTube?
It's called Universal Music Group. It's three different people bought into it. Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Abu Dhabi Media. That's who owns Vivo. It was created as a response to YouTube's increasing popularity of guidance in the music video market.
We should see who owns Universal Records and stuff. Or Universal Studio.
I'm not sure.
Go all the way to the top,
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of artists are getting screwed by these companies. Jay said, yeah, lots of music videos on the tube or Vivo. Go buy a yacht so you can play yacht rock. Is that what I'm understanding? Just make sure you don't fall in, bud. That water can be crazy some days.
Right?
I don't think your instrument's going to like playing in water.
No.
Don't sink either.
That's how it'll sound going in.
Blah, 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 blah. You go get down there and find a sponge and hold a mic up to it so you can see if it talks to you like SpongeBob.
Oh shit! And get SpongeBob for the Super Bowl.
God.
I'm
I'm ready.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Quack, quack.
Oh
You
my.
make that time so much fun. Quack, quack.
You said I do know Google took all my music from my phone when they stopped selling music. Really? That's wrong. If you bought the music, they shouldn't be able to take it away from you. Hey, Fred. How are you today, Fred?
Wrong hole, Fred. Sorry,
got
I
a-
couldn't help it.
I've got 500 gig hard drive. It's got Billboard's top 100 from like 1960 all the way through the 90s.
Nice.
Just whole. I mean, there's unlimited any genre you can think of.
Jay says best I could do is a flat deck pontoon. Like, yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with pontoon boats. I like them.
Poon tuning.
Andrew asked
I
if Jack
thought
got
you
the
said
car.
dick instead of deck. So I had to look.
Jamie's got dick on the brain.
Hey Jamie, balls.
Balls. Okay, rubber ducky man.
Don't fuck with the duck.
Balls.
Next time I go to the Chrome shop, I'm gonna get me one of those rubber duck horror ornaments out there. We'll put me a sign on it that says "Don't fuck with the duck."
That'd be hilarious.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mirror it too, so when I come up behind them, they can read it in the rearview mirror.
You gotta make your duck have like sunglasses on with.
Oh no, it looks like.
Hi, Simba. Hi, Simba.
Jay said the car is doing fine. It's still drivable. Just have to save up to get things fixed. Yep.
Hi, Simba.
He starts his training for his new job soon, right? So that's good. Teach him the responsibility of car ownership.
Hey, baby girl.
I'm not saying it's always fun, but you always have to do it. You know,
Yep.
it's running good, kept up the safety standards, make sure it's insured, and just make sure.
Hey, Simba.
His wife wasn't happy to hear about it though because it's her
Come on,
problem.
Simba.
Well, if she's the one that gave him the car, then yeah. And you said, she's a big girl now. She apparently has pull-ups on. Am I the only
Hey.
one that read that commercial?
Hey,
No.
there's nothing wrong with them big girls.
Okay, I don't have a
Keep
problem
them
with
warm in the winter and cool in the
that.
summer.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, you got the wrong one then.
My ex was a butterball. She used me as a
Yeah.
heater every day. The damn bottom of her feet against me, they were fucking like icicles.
All the turkey butt.
I ain't saying no. You ain't getting me to say that on live stream, pal. That can be used against me. Here, turkey, 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 turkey.
Sounds like that Swedish chef off the Muppets.
That's because he was supposed to be the Swedish chef of the Muppets. Today we will make turkey pie. First we get the turkey. Here, turkey, 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 turkey.
I sent you that picture of that rubber duck
What
or
Simba.
that hood ornament.
Simba. It's not for you.
I told you I do impressions, impersonations, and shit like that. Oh, it looks like Donald Duck when he gets pissed off. There you go, Jamie.
I don't want to know.
It's your duck.
A duck for a buck, a buck for a duck, $25 for a fucked up duck.
Yeah, timing depends on the car. Over here.
Here you go, Jamie.
This is my Firebird.
That's funny.
with my Firebird, the timing wasn't that bad to get to. It was just a pain in the ass getting everything else off to get to the timing belt. When I actually broke the harmonic balancer loose, it was so tight that I ended up flying and falling in between my radiator and my motor, and almost got stuck upside down in there.
You didn't think I had the ducks, did you?
No.
You don't have a Jeep, do you, Fred?
No, I had a third one, and it was a green one though, and I gave it to a lady who has a Jeep at work. That's the only one she didn't have. I've got a Donald Trump duck somewhere.
I was gonna say, I bet she doesn't have a Donald Trump duck.
And I got a duck shooting a bird on my pickup.
There's a couple that sells ducks at Ruts, the farmers market.
I'm trying to remember where I got mine. Oh, I got mine at the Harley Rally in Florida.
Nice. Andrew started the ugly duck or the rubber ducky song. Andrew, I made the rubber ducky and Ernie a bad thing the other day.
Yeah, he did.
Poor Jamie's like, please don't bring that up again. You ruined my childhood.
No, my mom wouldn't let me watch Barney, Sesame Street, or anything like that. My childhood was not all about that.
Well, the Barney thing, I'm happy to hear about because Barney was just fucking ridiculous.
I love you.
Nuts. Let's play a game.
You love me. I kick Barney in the knees.
Oh, that's not the one that I always did. Ours was I love you, you love me, Barney gave me HIV.
Damn, Chris, that's wrong.
Thomas said, that's my Fred duck. Andrew said, how dare you? Well, I warned y'all my brain is not the most stable place.
Jamie had Barney. We had HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah, I want to know what drugs they were on when they came up with that shit. Woo! They were on some good shit. LSD is my guess.
More than likely.
Andrew said, I loved the Beatles doing the letter B. Oh, yeah? I don't think I've seen that one. Do you know who
Robert
Pepe
A. Alex Silversmith. I'm going to have to go shopping.
What's that? Oh, you're going to go check out the Silversmith?
Yeah. I'm looking for I want me an old ship's compass.
Oh, nice.
You know, that big compass that used to...
One that was freestanding, so no matter how the boat went,
you flip it over, yeah. On that gimbal.
Good stuff. Oh, hold on, I got another text.
10 minutes.
Thomas said, that's right, he said something. Oh, here's Fred Duck. There's Fred Duck.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta have one of them. Is that the Grinch?
Yep. That's the Grinch.
Grinch Duck? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Huh. Nice.
Right.
I should send
wish
Jay
these
up.
little dumbasses would come on and get started with this. Burning up my clock.
You have 7 hours and 25 minutes of remaining drive
You
time.
shut the hell up, cunt.
You just had to say that word. I think you said my clock, and just like fucking Alexa.
Oh no, I switched the screen so it showed me my hours availability.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he is not fixing to do that.
Uh-oh.
I'm fixing to lose my mind up in here, up in here.
We're gonna see Fred get pissed.
You'll see Fred catch a charge.
Oh,
He
shit.
puts that American flag as a damn tablecloth.
Wait, what? That's
Uh-oh.
not, you need to videotape that shit so we can shame him.
Oh, you'll see it on the 6 o'clock news when I get done with it. It'll be on CNN. Truck driver goes off.
Well, I would try a nicer approach at first. Saying,
Oh,
hey, you know,
bless his heart. No, he's decided he's got a string wired up in this tree to put his flag out. I thought he's fixing to use that flag for a tablecloth. Yeah, it's fixing to get ugly quick. I wonder what he'd say if I go up there and hung the damn. Hung my Donald Trump flag up there with it.
probably wouldn't care, I'm sure.
Probably not.
He'd let you. You say once it's up there, it's staying up there then.
No. I use it in my window at night when I sleep. I'll hang it up on my visors.
But I was asking, have you ever heard of Pepe the Muppet? He's the prawn on the Muppets.
Yeah.
There's in Muppets from Space, there's a part where they're using Gonza's sleeplessness against him, and they get him to get a hot tub and all this other shit. And Rizzo's having second thoughts because his conscience kicks in a little bit, and he's like, maybe we should tell him. And Pepe looks at him with disdain. He goes, if you tell him, I will beat you. I will beat you like a bad donkey, okay?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was probably Lori's favorite quote for me to do. She asked me to do that all the time. Her and Katie. I used to be able to do Garfield. Well, I can't do it much anymore until I stopped.
Animal.
Oh man! Animals employed by Disney now. So he doesn't know what a woman is. Are you having fun chewing on my hand? Yeah.
Yep.
Are you having fun chewing on my hand?
Isn't Jim Henson dead?
Yeah.
I saw him on Johnny Carson one night with Kermit. It's pretty cool.
Some of my favorite Muppet episodes are like ones that you would never think about. You know, like Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper singing.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, what the hell did he sing? Shit, I can't think of the name of the song. All right, bud. Sleep well and have a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Who's that?
Andrew,
Oh,
Australia man.
Hey Jay, I was thinking about for a marathon, or even just for like every day at 1 o'clock, like you were doing there for a while. Well, 12 o'clock your time. The Hotel Transylvania ones. If you were up to that, I still haven't gotten the VPN taken care of. They haven't emailed me back yet. But just thought I'd throw that out there. Me and Jamie were talking about Hotel Transylvania this morning. Are you honestly going to sleep with my finger in your mouth?
better just mouth it up his butt.
Oh, I have no problem with that. No, I don't want it up the butt.
You really? Really?
No. I said I don't want it up the butt.
Yeah, you said you didn't have no problem with that.
Yeah, you
I said I have
did.
no problem with her holding my finger in her mouth.
Oh, okay. If that's your story, you hold to it.
Better hold on to that one. Shit. Fuck.
Too tiny. Hey now, no claws. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh no. Everybody buckle up and hold on tight. We're going for a ride with Jamie.
Oh, fuck off. We're going to the fucking VA.
The fucking VA.
Yeah, a place where veterans get a second chance to hide.
Well,
Fuckers.
hopefully it gets better, even better than what it is now. I'm hoping they can make some really good changes and help a lot of you with the issues that you're having.
So if anyone
Whatever.
says anything to me in chat, Chris, yeah, let me know.
I'll read it out loud. Jay says, "Oh, Jamie is so cute with her glasses."
Whoops.
And Jay said, "Yeah, kids go back to school Monday and he can play them." Hey, bud. Yeah, that's fine. What are you doing? Fuck my girl. Fuck my girl. Look at that face. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend besides snow in some places?
Watching an idiot speed through an intersection.
That's always nice.
Well, I got to be an idiot.
Not you.
Oh,
Oh, there's a popo. Shit. Popo. Popo. The loose.
I lost my lap. Kitty. I gotta find that new one.
Hi, Cora.
Hey, morning.
How are you?
oh
Good
no.
morning.
Upright and walking.
Oh, it's plus.
Yes, it is. Look how pretty. Hold on. Let me see if I can switch this. Flip camera. Look how pretty.
It is pretty.
It is.
You got some white stuff.
Lots of white stuff. Well, just a couple inches for now. So we'll see how much more we're going to get.
With the system I'm going to get.
I think the system you're gonna get is supposed to stay below her. I think.
I think there's been a shift because we weren't supposed to get any. Maybe just a dusting, but you know how that goes.
We're supposed to
But
get up
it's-
to 5 inches on Sunday.
It's nice. It's quiet. It's pretty. So I'm okay. Life is good.
That's good. I like quiet, especially when it's like snowy and beautiful out. It's just nice to sit out there and just enjoy it.
Well, the only bad thing about this is it's that fine stuff which piles up. So there's that.
A little bit heavier to move.
Move. I ain't moving no snow. Fuck it. I think the wood guy said he'd come over and do the driveway later on, so we'll see. You know how them men are. They promise you the stars and the moon and shit, and and then it's just kind of whatever.
Ow.
Damn. Fred can show you the stars and the moon. All you gotta do is put a black light up above the bunk.
Hey, don't help. Don't help. Don't help.
I'd be afraid to take a black light in that truck.
Don't help.
We've been talking music most of the morning.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Ask Cora what you asked us about the 8-track record or whatever. What she likes to
What's
listen
your
to.
favorite medium to listen to music on? Streaming's not on. Record.
Right now.
Sets.
Right now it's YouTube.
That's streaming.
Nothing beats an album though.
That's what I was
From
saying.
back
Just
in the day.
when you start a record, I mean, it just has that sound. Jay said, "Oh, it's pretty over there. The holidays are over. No more tree. It was supposed to be stress, but it came out tree. Tress." Jay said, "Where was autocorrect on that one? Tress, like, what the fuck? Laugh out loud." Your autocorrect's gonna fuck with you all the time, isn't it, Jay? It corrects what you don't want it to, and doesn't correct what it's supposed to. Oh, no, Fang.
What the hell?
Where's Dave at? I think we're about to have some kitty MMA.
Oh fuck.
Since Andrea's not here.
I think Andrea's working today.
There it is.
Said, laugh out loud. Jay beating on rocks and logs. Oh, they only had live music back in her day. Oh, damn.
Jay?
I'm talking about you, Cora.
Yeah, I know.
They said they only had live music back in her day. He said, then Thomas said, laugh out loud, Jay beating on rocks and logs. Oh, shit. Somebody's getting beat this morning, and it's not going to be me. Well, I'll probably do something to deserve it later. Don't worry.
Probably. Give yourself time.
I'm an overachiever in that area.
Let me see.
Thomas said, oh shit, I was supposed to be nice.
Thomas, you are nice.
I do that shit to mom all the time. We'll be talking. I'm like, how was it back in the old days before you had technology? Then I'll get the shut the fuck up. I did figure out my sound problem. I don't have the corded headset put in anymore. I'm using the headset that had the mic issues where you couldn't hear me. I have the headphone, but I have the microphone.
The white one.
Good microphone.
The white one?
These guys here. The problem is that's the microphone they expect you to use. There's 2 holes is your microphone, and yeah, it doesn't pick up shit. Cora, Jay says he'll take his beating at noon, please.
All right, come on. Can you get here that quick? I'm happy to oblige.
Jay's out of the basement.
He might like the basement chicken shit.
Well, I got to be a chicken shit.
Fred's afraid that I sent the riding crop over already. He's really afraid that I sent the whip. That's what he's worried about.
The riding crop. I wish you would.
I'll have to get FedEx to send something out to ship again. One of them tube things. That should protect it. What do you think?
That would not have been good.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
I got you now. There's Callie.
You sound a little nasally, Fred. You sleep too close to the crack last night, or what?
No, I sprayed she'd fart. No, I got a sore throat, I guess.
Callie never let me hold her. Now, down she goes. I don't want to overwhelm her.
Okay, guys, what do we want on the ribs? Applewood rub or brown sugar bourbon?
Brown sugar bourbon, please.
You gonna rub my bed or pull my pork?
She's gonna stick you in the oven.
It don't matter what I'm going to do with it. You're not here. So
Well, quit asking me.
I didn't ask you shit.
Excuse me. You ask us if we want some apple something or another.
Applewood or bourbon?
That's what I said. I don't care as long as you won't pull my pork and rub my butt.
Fred, you'd never leave.
Try to tell us you're a professional.
I'm old. I have skills.
Damn.
Thomas said someone is in trouble. Cora's putting her rubber gloves on. Bend over, Fred.
Ready for Fred.
Hey, while y'all bullshitting, anything up the first knuckle is not gay.
It's going all the way in.
That's gay. I
Thomas,
can't have that.
She's gonna go rotor deep on you, Fred.
Same old story. I'll just put the tip in.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, cough.
And she'll need one of those daggum farm gloves that goes up to your shoulder.
I won't have a hard time getting one of those if that's what's needed for you.
What the hell? Are you expecting her to go all the way up into your gut, Fred?
doesn't matter whether I want you to or not. You're gonna do it anyway. So
Right? I keep telling you guys it's going to take a hell of a man for me to bring out the soft side in me. So,
I'm scared.
you should be.
Music and food. That's all you need to tame somebody. If you're good at cooking or good at taming.
There ain't no changing. There's going to be no changing. It's just allowing for a little bit.
Huh. You like that puppy? Kind of likes being combed out. You like being combed out? After you comb him out, he gets nice and fluffy and soft.
I'm fluffy and soft.
Jamie's constipated. Look at her.
I know.
Apparently she didn't hear me.
The ones she might be just trying to not to shit herself from some of the drivers around her, scaring the hell out of her. The drivers around here are freaking crazy. Probably best that I don't drive anymore. No, I get road rage in the passenger seat. Especially at Walmart parking lots are like the worst place. Jay said he's for anything that includes bourbon.
He's for anything, and it includes what?
He said he's for anything that includes bourbon.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, what the hell do I do with that?
You know, there's people out there that are like really, really bad alcoholics, but they work at a job or they do things where they can't have alcohol on their breath. So instead of drinking it, these people are taking alcohol, they're putting it in enema bags, and they are, directly taking it through the rectum.
Well, that sounds like
Which
fun.
Sounds like a
also
professional there,
makes it
Chris.
fast. Now, I've known people who have done it that have actually gotten alcohol poisoning from it. It is a very dangerous thing to do. You should not do it.
There's a
But,
thing
like
on
I
Howard
said-
Stern about that.
Well, I would certainly peck your head, but he used to be kind of funny. Now he's just fucking weird.
Who was it? Baba Booey did it on the show and got fucked up.
Oh, I'm sure. He said, I think she's putting them in the oven.
Just about.
Oh, Thomas asked if you're smoking the ribs.
No, they're gone in the oven.
Actually, he said, "Are you smoking
Come
the
on, David.
rids?"
No.
Thomas needs his autocorrect to work too. Jay said, "Ew, I'm not that bad. That's pretty hardcore." Yeah, these people that I know were really bad alcoholics. They had gotten caught multiple times for DUI. Very, very bad relationship with their family because of it. It was really sad to see. Because when they were off the alcohol, they were really good people. Thomas says, "Damn, up the butt, Bob."
Right?
That sounds like a fucking character off of an adult cartoon, doesn't it? Up the butt, Bob. Hey, where's up the butt, Bob? Oh, he's just putting stuff up his butt, like always. I'll use AI to make that cartoon. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, it looks like the cold's here to stay for a while now, unfortunately.
It needs to. It either needs to get cold and stay cold or warm up and stay warm because
This shit is
it
getting
needs.
nuts.
Well, I want it to get really, really cold and kill off all the damn bugs.
It needs to.
Because the bugs are still alive with as mild as we've had, mild of winter we've had so far.
Chris, you get your heater plumbed?
Now, we have the plan ready now, but he had to leave. Katie's going over to his house this weekend. That's the only reason he came over, was to pick her up and take her over to the house with him last night. So that way he didn't have to run over here tonight and make a second trip. So he had to leave because he had to be home by 8 o'clock. So he could be up early. He had to they were leaving his jobs to go to the work site by 5 o'clock in the morning. So he's got a long day ahead of him. Yesterday turned to shit with all the wind, so they wouldn't let the cranes pick anything up. So they're hoping today the wind dies down enough that they can do some pickups and stuff. Actually do their job and get done with it. We're going for a walk with Cora. Either that or she's trying to show us her butt. I don't know which.
There's my ass. Big enough.
Yeah.
There's some
Thomas
good
says
tunes
that
playing
was
on
all
YouTube.
the newlywed game. She was asked, "What is the strangest place you've ever made love?" She said, "Up the butt." I have friends that were on the newlywed game, the new one, back in the day.
I am a firm believer. My ass is mine.
Everybody has their limits.
Yeah.
Personal space. Unfortunately, lots of people aren't taught to respect people's personal space anymore.
Let me see now. Fuck.
Jay said, "No butt stuff for me, thank you very much."
Yeah, exactly. Jay's a man after my own heart. What the hell? There it is.
I was at work one day, and we had this old black janitor. And apparently somehow they got on this subject in the break room. going off. Somebody said something about it. He said, "What the hell do I care?" He says, "I'll do it." He said, "I'll do it." Up there, he says, he said, "My dick's already brown, so it's not like I'm going to see it." What the?
Maybe I need to stand.
What are you getting a phone call?
YouTube's playing some pretty good jams this morning. Lots of bluesy stuff going on.
I like blues. BB King.
This is who is it? Let me look.
Joss Stone used to be a really good one back in the 90s, early 2000s. Remember her?
Jamie McLean Band.
What?
Never heard
The
of her.
Jamie McLean Band.
Nah.
Okay.
I heard my
Doing
name and this is like what?
Bring It Home
You have
to
a
Me.
band. Surprise, Jamie, you're part of a band.
She did not know.
This is like the new game, the new reality show. Instead of you showing up to the band comes to you.
Right.
Surprise you. Okay, now sing. That would be kind of funny, though. Dude, imagine. I wonder how
You
many
could
people
have a-
would just straight up say no.
You could have a band show up at your house. Who would it be?
If I could have any band show up at my house. Oh, my.
Yeah, see, that'd be way too
That's
hard to
rough.
pick.
There's so many. I did have a band here once, but that was not anybody that you guys would know. They broke up already.
The Dixie Chicks.
Chicks with dicks.
Yep.
That's not what I said. I said Dixie Chicks.
And that's what I said. Chicks with dicks.
I didn't say they had. Shut up, Fred. You're going to lose
Yeah.
anyway.
Give it up, bud. Give it up.
Hey, Cora, is it Rose in your area?
Twitch.
Today'd be a good day for
Go-Go's.
an outside fire.
That's the one, the Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
Yeah, I'll let her
Go-Go's.
walk like a gym shit.
I don't know if you're
Bye-bye.
going that old. The B-52s would be fun.
Oh man, I don't know. That woman with that hairdo would never fit through the fucking front door.
Well, that was, back in the day. But they'd be fun.
She was like the original Marge Simpson.
Pink can show up anytime.
Fuck that bitch.
Pink is hot.
I don't care. She's fucking crazy.
Well, she may be crazy, but she's hot, and I'll bet you she'd be fun.
Me and my son were staying in a hotel downtown Nashville one time. We laid out by the pool. He was playing around. There was this lady laid out in a bikini the other end of the pool. Had a cowboy hat on over her face. It was Terry Clark. My son just loved his Terry Clark.
Oh, I like Terry Clark.
Boy, she walked. I walked by her. I said, Miss Terry, I said, my son is a big fan of yours. He's autistic, but he's a big fan of yours. She walked up there and kissed him right on the cheek, hugged him, and all the boobies rubbing all over my son. I thought that boy was gonna pitch a tent right there.
Cream his jeans, did he?
Yeah, he couldn't get back in the water fast enough.
Jamie Thomas said that he hopes you're claiming mileage. Yeah.
For the VA? I haven't done that in a while. I need to get it started now. It's like that. I stopped fucking with the VA on it because back in 2016 they kept fucking with me on.
Nope, you hit it. You hit a dead spot, Jamie.
What time is it? 8:30.
There, you're back. Nope, you gone. There's your back.
Huh?
You hit a dead spot there for a minute.
Oh, my bad.
Well, that's not your
It's
fault.
not your bad. It happens.
Yeah.
Just don't get stuck with a blow up doll pose, or Fred might screenshot it.
Get excited. I don't think it'd
Bite
take
you-
much.
Bite you on the butt, see if you fly out the window.
I was on the
Fun,
phone yesterday with the neighbors, talking about a big tree branch that fell but got stuck in their tree. I was afraid that with the wind the way it was, it might fall on somebody and hurt them if they were walking down there, so I wanted to make sure they knew about it. And I'm out in front of the garage, and the next thing I know, Boo comes out of nowhere, climbs my damn leg, bites me in the ass, and starts pulling my damn pants off. Butthead. Jay said they direct deposit travel pay now with your benefits. He said it's nice. Well, that's cool. I'll send her a text message as a reminder.
Yeah, do that because I will forget.
Thomas said he's only 6 blocks away from the VA. I'm going to email those people today, Thomas, by the way, just letting you know. I didn't want to bother them over the holiday. And I thought I'd give them a day to get back into the swing of things before I send them an email. But I'll be emailing him today. So. Thomas knows the people who run a really good nonprofit out of Minneapolis called Every Third Saturday. So he went down there and talked to the founder and said, "Hey, we're starting up on profit and stuff. You know, do you have any pointers and stuff?" So the guy told him to give me his contact information and for me to email him so I can pick his brain. This is a really good connection, and I'm very, very grateful to Thomas for doing the footwork to get it for us. So thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much.
You're rocking it out, Thomas.
Thomas said, "Nice." Tom's a good shit. I think your phone did something to you there, bud. All right, go find Jamie in text message. Remember to claim mileage. All right, there you go, Jamie. Now you have it in a text. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
How you doing? Cindy said she's got to go to the orthopedic, but she wanted to say hi. Well, we're glad you checked in. Hopefully your orthopedic visit goes well. Tangerine says, good morning. you can see by that big smile on his face. I'll see about getting Cindy out here to visit soon. Hang out for a little bit. Yeah. Well, y'all, it is 9 o'clock, so it is that time for us to go ahead and wrap this one up for the day. Thanks for being
Toodles.
here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Cora, Jamie, Fred. Jamie really hit a dead spot. She's gone for good this time, I think. But Thomas, Cindy, Jay, all of you in chat, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And we will catch you all later. Have a great
Stay
day.
blessed.
Be safe, everyone. Love you. Peace.